Difficult times are an unavoidable part of the human journey. Every believer, no matter how strong their faith or how close they are to Allah, will face moments when life feels heavy, when the heart feels tired, and when the future seems uncertain. Islam does not promise a life free from hardship, but it promises something far greater: divine guidance on how to survive those hardships with dignity, faith, and hope. When difficulty enters your life, it is not a sign that Allah has abandoned you. It is often a sign that Allah is shaping you, teaching you, and drawing you closer to Him in ways comfort never could. In moments of hardship, the first thing a believer must remember is that Allah is fully aware of what they are going through. Nothing in your life happens by accident. No pain reaches your heart unless Allah has allowed it, and Allah never allows pain without wisdom. The Qur'an reminds us that Allah is closer to us than our own jugular vein. When you feel alone, when no one understands your struggle, Allah understands. When people fail you, Allah never does. Understanding this truth changes how you view difficulty, not as punishment, but as part of a divine plan unfolding with perfect wisdom. One of the most powerful things to do in difficult times is to return to Allah sincerely. Hardship has a way of stripping away distractions and revealing what truly matters. In ease, many people remember Allah casually, but in pain, the heart cries out with sincerity. This sincerity is precious. It is in hardship that dua becomes real, tears become meaningful, and dependence on Allah becomes genuine. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" a believer learns to ask, "How can this bring me closer to Allah?" This shift in mindset transforms pain into purpose. Patience, or sabr, is one of the greatest tools Allah gives believers during difficult times. Sabr is not passive suffering or silent despair. Sabr is active trust in Allah while continuing to do what is right. It is holding on to faith when answers are delayed. It is controlling the tongue from complaint and the heart from despair. Allah repeatedly praises those who practice sabr and promises them rewards without measure. Every moment of patience is recorded. Every tear held back for the sake of Allah is noticed. Nothing is wasted. Another essential step during hardship is to strengthen your connection with the Qur'an. The Qur'an was not revealed only for times of happiness. It was revealed to heal hearts in pain. When you read the words of Allah during difficulty, you realize that your struggle is not unique. The stories of the prophets are filled with trials, rejection, loss, fear, and loneliness. Yet Allah supported them at every step. Their stories teach us that difficulty does not mean failure. Often, it means preparation for something greater. In difficult times, it is also important to guard your thoughts. Shaitan thrives during hardship by planting seeds of despair, self-doubt, and hopelessness. He whispers that things will never get better, that Allah is not listening, that you are being punished. These whispers are lies. Islam teaches believers to think well of Allah, even when circumstances are painful. Having good expectations of Allah is an act of worship. When you believe that Allah will bring good from your hardship, even if you cannot see it yet, you are strengthening your faith. Gratitude may seem difficult during hardship, but it is one of the most powerful spiritual tools. Gratitude does not mean denying pain. It means recognizing blessings that still exist despite pain. When you thank Allah during difficulty, you shift your focus from what is missing to what remains. This softens the heart and brings inner peace. Gratitude reminds you that while some doors may have closed, many others are still open. During difficult times, maintaining salah is essential. Salah is not just a ritual, it is a lifeline. It is a private conversation with Allah, 5 times a day, where you can pour out your worries without fear of judgment. Many people abandon salah when life becomes hard, thinking they are too tired or distracted. In reality, That is when salah is needed the most. Salah grounds the believer, reminds them of Allah's greatness, and brings calm to a restless heart. Another important aspect of dealing with hardship is understanding that delay does not mean denial. Allah's timing is perfect, even when it does not match our expectations. Many people lose hope because answers do not come quickly. Islam teaches us that Allah responds to dua in different ways, sometimes by granting what we ask for, sometimes by delaying it, sometimes by replacing it with something better, and sometimes by protecting us from harm we cannot see. Trusting Allah's timing requires humility and faith. Hardship is also a test of character. Difficult times reveal who we truly are, how we speak, how we treat others, how we respond to stress. Islam encourages believers to uphold good character even during trials. Responding with patience, kindness, and integrity during hardship elevates a person's status in the sight of Allah. Every struggle is an opportunity to grow spiritually. It is also important not to isolate yourself completely during difficult times. Islam encourages community, support, and brotherhood. While ultimate reliance should be on Allah, seeking support from trustworthy people is part of wisdom. Sometimes Allah helps us through the kindness of others. Opening up to the right people can ease emotional burdens and remind you that you are not alone. Difficult times often serve as moments of spiritual awakening. Many people only truly turn to Allah after experiencing loss, heartbreak, or failure. While hardship is painful, it can be transformative. It breaks arrogance, softens hearts, and redirects priorities. Many believers later realized that their most painful moments were the turning points that brought them closer to Allah. Hope is essential during hardship. No matter how dark things seem, Islam teaches that ease follows difficulty. This is not just a comforting phrase, it is a divine promise. Allah assures believers that hardship is temporary and relief will come. Holding on to hope does not mean ignoring reality. It means trusting Allah's promise even when the path ahead is unclear. One of the most beautiful aspects of Islam is that it never invalidates pain. Allah acknowledges human weakness and emotional struggle. Turning to Allah with honesty, even if your faith feels weak, is better than turning away completely. Allah does not expect perfection, He values sincerity. Coming to Allah broken is better than staying away proud. As time passes, many believers look back and realize that the hardship they once feared was actually a blessing in disguise. It protected them, redirected them, or strengthened them in ways comfort never could. Allah sees the full picture, while we see only a fragment. Trusting Allah means accepting that His wisdom surpasses our understanding. In difficult times, remember that your worth is not defined by your circumstances. Losing a job, a relationship, or a dream does not diminish your value in the sight of Allah. Allah values faith, sincerity, and effort, not worldly success. Your struggles do not make you weak, they make you human. Finally, remember that this world is not meant to be perfect. Islam teaches that true peace is not found here, but in closeness to Allah, and ultimately, in the hereafter. Difficult times remind us that this world is temporary, and that our ultimate home is with Allah. Every hardship endured with faith becomes a source of reward in the next life. If you are going through difficult times right now, know that Allah has not forgotten you. He sees your patience, hears your prayers, and understands your pain. Keep turning to Him, keep trusting Him, and keep moving forward with faith. What you are experiencing now is not the end of your story. With Allah, there is always hope, always mercy, and always light after darkness.